Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear. And we're back with another knife. I told myself that I was going to hold off on knives for a while, but it didn't work out too well. I went to Sportsman's warehouse on Sunday, and I was going in just to buy a package of hooks. Took a look at the knives, saw this one, decided I needed it, so I left with a knife and a package of hooks. Not the first time that's happened, probably won't be the last, but I picked up the Buck Sprint OPS Pro, and this one is in the marble carbon fiber. So we'll take a look at it in here just a second. We'll take a look at the box. Just a quick side note, if you guys have a Sportsman's Warehouse, this one was $159.99, and then I had a little bit of like their rewards type program money in credit, so I had like the extra $15 off. But this knife is going for $209.99 on most of the popular websites. So if you're interested in this one, maybe check out Sportsman's Warehouse if you have one by you. It might be able to save you a few bucks. But yeah, this one has Bucks Forever warranty, made in the USA, and then it's one of the pro knives. So let's open it up and take a look. I've had it out and played with it for a while. I've been traveling for work, so I haven't had a chance to make a video, but I put it all back in just for some dramatic effect. Real nice packaging. I like the little boxes they come in. It does have a little message there if you want to pause and read that. You get the knife in a nice little bag, and then you get a message from the Buck family if you would like to pause and read that. So we'll set this stuff aside, pull the knife out. But yeah, this one comes in the marbled carbon fiber. I really like this look. A couple weeks ago I picked up that Buck Saunter. I think it was called the Saunter. A little slip joint, and it had the same finish. And I've been kind of digging it. So when I saw this one, the same finish, I kind of knew I had to have it. So it is a flipper knife. Kind of got that, I don't know. I've seen some websites call it a Tonto blade. Some websites call it a drop point blade. I don't really know. I'm not a knife expert. I'm just a dude who likes to buy the knives that he likes. So I don't know all the fancy lingo and stuff. I don't pretend like I'm a knife expert. But you take a choice on which one you think it is. This one comes in at S45VN with that Bosch heat treatment. A little bit of branding on this blade, so doesn't really bother me. I'm fine with it. Has a liner lock. Now, to be transparent, when I bought this knife, it was a little bit tight, so I backed off the pivot screw about a 1/4 inch. Definitely helped out the action. It's pretty smooth, but it's definitely not a fall shut type knife. You got to give it a pretty good jiggle. It does have ball bearings. But yeah, even when I backed it off about a 1/4 inch, still no blade play side to side, front to back, and the blade is still right down the center. So I don't know, maybe I could back it off a hair more, but I was happy with the way it is now, so went ahead and just left it. That flipper tab doesn't have any kind of jumping or anything, which I'm fine with. I have no problem deploying it, anything like that. Has a little bit of steel liners inside. I could try to give you a look, but it's pretty dark in there. It'll probably just show up blurry, but yeah, pretty nice looking. This one doesn't have a whole lot of, some of these carbon marble fibers, or geez, marble carbon fiber. I don't know why I can't say that. But sometimes they come with a little bit of defect, like pinholes or things like that. This one's pretty good. So I've noticed a couple on my other little Buck. They don't really bother me, but I just noticed it seems like they have it on the finish. I would say the big negative for me on this knife is probably this pocket clip. I'm left-handed, and you can't change this pocket clip. It's just one position fixed, which I don't change all my pocket clips that often anyways, but you just don't have the option with this one. The other thing is this, where it ramps up, is pretty darn aggressive. So if I'm using it in my left hand, it's not too bad because I can just kind of rest my finger above it, so not that big a deal. But if I do use it in my right hand, I can feel that pocket clip kind of digging in the palm of my hand a little bit. Everybody's hands are going to be different. It might not bother you at all. It bothered me, little enough where I still bought the knife. On the pro side, though, there is no screws underneath that pocket clip. Totally smooth, and it's super deep carry. So a couple pros and a con out of that. Take it for what you want. Yeah, I kind of like it. So we'll do a couple size comparisons. I'll pull out that the other Buck It's in the same finish real quick so you can kind of take a look. But yeah, that's that Saunter one. Kind of decided he needed a big brother, so I picked up kind of the matching one. I don't know how many knives they make in this finish. Maybe I'll have to look it up sometime and see. This one's an S35 VN with the Boss heat treatment, so a little bit different blade steel, but they do have a size difference. I'll throw in a couple other knives that are probably pretty recognizable for most people. We'll take a look at it next to the Benchmade bug out. Pretty darn close in size to the bug out. And then we'll look at with the Elementum 2. So it's a little bit bigger than the Elementum 2. It's slightly thinner than the Elementum 2, but the bug out is still thinner overall. But pretty darn close in size-wise. The buck knife comes in at 7.5 inches overall length with a blade length of 3 inches. The handle width is, handle thickness is 0.50, and then the blade thickness on this is 0.12. So not a super thin blade, but not super thick. Just a little bit on the thicker side compared to a couple of the ones I have. So like I said, the blade shape's kind of up to you, what you want to decide out of it. This little top part here is not sharpened, which made me kind of think it's not a Tonto knife. You guys can kind of write in the comments with your opinions. Like I said, I'm not a knife expert. You know, I just like to buy the ones I like. So yeah, I just kind of like to give people a look at it, you know, in case somebody was happen to be wanting to pick it up. That's kind of how I use YouTube. You know, I like to just watch maybe a video or two. I didn't get a chance to watch any videos before I bought this. I just did a quick check online real quick to see the price, you know, because sometimes their prices at Sportsmans are more expensive than online and vice versa. So I was surprised to see this one for a little bit lower for sale locally. And then I just been kind of feeling buck lately. So if you guys watch that Zach in the Wild, you guys probably have seen him if you're watching this, but he's done a couple of those buck tours like at the factory and stuff lately, a couple of his old videos, and I don't know, something about the buck knives, I guess there's some heritage to them that I like. I mean, they're made in the USA, and just like probably a lot of people's parents or grandparents, I mean, my dad's been carrying a buck knife for as long as I can remember, longer than my life. So I don't know, something about them that I like. So I think this is going to be my new kind of carry knife. So for work, I carry kind of a less expensive knife because, you know, I don't want to lose it, or if it breaks or something, it's no big deal. But on weekends and vacations and days off and stuff, you know, I've been kind of just rotating through knives lately, but I think I'm going to carry this one for a while. It kind of checks all the boxes for me. It looks nice. Action's good. It's got more blade steel that I'm going to need. You know, I don't do any kind of intense cutting task or anything. You know, I don't need, you know, all my knives to be Magna cut or anything like that. S45 VN is going to be plenty of knife steel for what I use. I'm not a knife steel snob by any means. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got for you guys today. Just kind of wanted to give you a look at it. You know, as always, if I do carry it for a while and I feel like it warrants an update on it, I'll make one. And you know, a lot of times these knives, they work just fine, so I never do an update on them. But if something happens with this one, I'll let you know. But yeah, if you're interested in it, like I said, check it out at Sportsman's Warehouse. You may get a better deal than your typical buying it online. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later.